Hello, hello. Welcome to another week of the AI Agent of the Week series. This is week number 8 of this series. My name is Arville Craig, and we're going to give you some practical information on realistic AI agents, what they're doing, what they can do. Again, this is week number 8. So I'm actually going to skip a lot of my general information about what AI agents are, how they compare to apps or automations, or how they compare with generative or regular AI as it is. I just want to get right into the content. I will mention that I'm going to link to a playlist. I've been posting on LinkedIn, Facebook, on my email list, and on YouTube. So YouTube is like has come a little bit later, but I have created a playlist on YouTube with the entire AI agent series. So if you want to look back at the other ones, if you want to get some information in general about agents, you can go through that playlist. You can get all that information. So definitely check that out if you want some basic one-on-ones of what is an agent. Number two, I've got a lot of things to talk about, but I only do one per week. So on week, what was it? 3, I think we introduced Claude CoWork, and I mentioned this new technology from Claude was so exciting, and I had a premonition that it would be updating and changing over the next couple of weeks, and we would probably come back to it. So in this week, we're going to come back to Claude Code, and I want to show you some new features in it. And the interesting thing is that it's actually replacing, or I'm going to be replacing some of my other agents using Claude Claude CoWork, especially some of these new features. So again, AI is changing extremely fast, rapidly. Every week or 2 or 3, there's something that not revolutionizes, but it completely changes what's possible. So that's going to be the focus today is Claude CoWork, specifically the scheduled task feature. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to replace other agents with that tool. Now, I also want to give you a preview of next week's training because, again, I got a lot of stuff to talk about. And so next week is going to be kind of a meta talk because I really want to teach you about this concept of skills, AI skills, and why that it is critical for you to learn how to build skills. Because if you can build skills, you can build agents that operate effectively, specifically in alignment for what's important to you. So the skill of building AI skills is going to be critical for as you're building agents. Okay, so I'll just let that sit there. Of course, you can Google and you can search this and learn about it on your own, but that's going to be the focus of next week of how to really take your work, your SOPs, your processes, turn them into playbooks and turning playbooks into skills for AI agents to use. Now, with that, let's get into today's kind of quick overview of this new feature in Claude and how I'm going to be replacing other agents with this new feature in Claude CoWork. Okay, let me minimize our video. So here is Claude. And you can see here when you're on the desktop app, you've got CoWork and you've got Claude Code. And if you may see on my screen here, here's a preview of my YouTube channel, or specifically the YouTube playlist that goes through all the different AI agents. Last week was the local business intelligence scout. And so really, this is what I want to do. So there's a couple of these agents that I built. So the local business intelligence scout is going to be one that I will replace with this new technique. Content teams, no, not yet. And then mainly my keynote speaker suite is also a part of this replacement. And I didn't even highlight my morning brief, CEO brief, whatever you want to call it. I haven't even talked about that yet. And let me actually show you that one because that's the first one I already built. So this is my morning brief that I have an agent that runs every morning. But technically, this brief is so robust. It's actually kind of expensive when it comes to AI credits. And so I've started using it or running this agent only on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And that is part of the thing that inspired me to recreate it directly in an LLM like Claude, because it gives me so much information. It's kind of expensive when it comes to tokens using third-party tools. But look at this brief. You can see here, it comes out in the morning, March 4th. That's today. For me, it's very tailored to what I want. So it gives me speaking opportunities, whatever it finds on AI and business and marketing. It gives me content ideas, things that I'm passionate about, not just AI tools, but things like the theory of constraints, how that relates to AI, finding breakthroughs and overcoming bottlenecks, how to find AI combined with GTM strategies. And then we've got platform updates, some of the main platforms I watch, like all the major models, Go High Level, Lindy, and other AI agent systems. It gives me specific information on those tools that I use. OpenAI updates, Go High Level, blah, 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 blah. Gemini, Google, Replit, Lindy. And then it gives me some lead signals, again, opportunities, speaking opportunities comes around again, and then other kind of information. It'll follow certain Twitter accounts or X accounts and things like that. It'll give me ideas on how to manage my team using AI. It's sharing right here some ClickUp and Slack and Zapier things and other content worth noting. So again, you can see this is a 4-page brief that's extremely valuable for me. And so I want to show you that I recreated this in Claude, and I want to show you how that works. So let's go back here's Claude here, the desktop app. Here's CoWork. If I open up the sidebar, you can see here there's this new feature called Scheduled, and you can schedule a task that will run, whether it's hourly, daily, weekly for you. And so what I did was I created a morning brief task, and you can see here my instructions. So again, I already had this agent running in another tool. And if you can see my instructions, it is very, very, very robust. It's not just a basic couple words, an idea of what I'm looking for. It took me some time to really define what was important to me across all of my various business priorities. So again, next week, when we talk about building out skills, we will get into things like this on the instruction. So you can see here the way it works. You simply, on the left side here, you click on Scheduled, click New Task, give it a name, description, a prompt. What model do you want it to use? Opus 4.6 is the most intelligent one. And then you got Sonnet and you got Haiku. Then what folder? Again, with CoWork works in specific folders on your desktop. It is a desktop app that also has access to the internet, but it runs on your computer. And then again, is this agent running whenever you tell it to, or is it running hourly, daily, on weekdays, or weekly? So that is the agent. Again, here's my one. It's going to run at 8 a.m. every day, summarizing my inbox, my calendar, and topics. But again, it's using this pretty robust instructions that I have here. And also here, you see on the left sidebar, you can see that it's the results from today's run of it. It gave me some pretty good topics, things to look into. Again, platform updates, lead signals, speaking opportunities, intelligence, all those topics that I care about. So it's not bad. So this is going to run every day at 8 a.m. for me, and it is going to replace my other agent that runs pretty much my other morning brief. And so again, the ones that I already have set up, I'm going to start replacing some of my daily agent things. If I can get Claude to do it for me, I'm not going to need those other ones. So again, if you're not using Claude is currently the number one AI LLM for professionals, for developers, for writers, and for any kind of any type of office creator professional. Again, so next week I want to get into how to create skills, and there's a unique feature within Claude that runs skills, but also skills as a philosophy or framework for talking to AI. I think Perplexity just came up with a new Perplexity computer, which is like Perplexity as a software AI research tool. Now it can click buttons and go to websites. It's a computer tool, but now it can run skills as well. So if you're a complexity user, if you understand how to build skills, you can put those skills into Perplexity, and it will do what you want it to do. The same way Claude can do what you want it to do based upon your skill. And I believe in OpenAI's Codex, its software program, that also runs skills. And Gemini runs skills. So this skill thing is like the evolution of prompting. So again, it's really critical when you're building out agents. So make sure you come back next week for that information. Go to my playlist if you want to see all the past AI agents for the past weeks. Again, this is number 8. So we have 7 other ones there. I believe when we get to week 12, I might shut down the playlist and put all the 12 agents in a special like placement for some future trainings. So while it's public, please check it out. If you got feedback, if you got questions, just reach out to me. You can find me, online somewhere. That's all I got for today. Create a great day. Peace.